Cops are meant to serve and protect us, but some rogue officers will stop at nothing to get their way, even if it means breaking the very laws they swore to uphold. Just like this tyrant who repeatedly kept assaulting citizens and bypassing their rights. On October 30th, 2018, an auditor YouTuber, Northeast Auditor, was going about his regular day in Waterbury, Connecticut, when he was suddenly apprehended and unlawfully charged for interfering with an officer.
I am in the city of Waterbury, Connecticut, and we're going to perform a First Amendment audit on the Waterbury police station. See if they respect our right to film. It's funny if they're not going to be happy with us filming, because they're sure as hell filming us. So, officer coming out right there. That's pretty good, no issue so far.
As we can observe, he's peacefully filming on public property and not harming or interfering with anyone's business. But of course, the corrupt cops always feel threatened.
What are you taping?
Just getting footage.
Oh, it's like just of the building? Or
Yeah.
Any specific reason?
Just getting content for a story.
What kind of story?
Well, it's not published yet, so I'm not going to divulge what it is. What's your name and badge number?
Sergeant Frank Leon.
Thank you. What's your badge number?
738.
Thank you.
Okay, you got ID on you?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
We need ID.
We need ID.
For a First Amendment protected activity?
Well, it's actually a security issue.
Security issue?
Yeah, you're videotaping the police station.
I'm a journalist getting content for a story.
Which is fine. So you have no problem then giving us
Why would I have to give you my ID for performing a legal activity?
How do we know it's legal?
I'm on a public sidewalk.
How do we know you're not planning on blowing up the building? Shooting up
I have no ill will, if that's what you're asking.
What's always a shock is how little these cops often know about their own statute of laws, leaving it on the citizens to school them about First Amendment activities.
That's the beauty of the Constitution. You don't need to know that, right? I'm filming on a public...
Okay, and we're legally asking you for your ID.
And that's a lawful order?
That is a lawful order.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay, well, I'm not going to provide my ID.
Okay.
There's no reason I haven't performed any illegal act. I'm on a public sidewalk, as you can see.
Yes, filming the police department.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be secure. We don't want people coming here and
This is
shooting
a
the place
public
up.
building.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that and there is very public.
It's a
secure
pub.
building. It's not a public-
We own this building.
It's not a public building.
This is not a public building?
You can't go in and walk around.
In the lobby? In the lobby?
Yeah, in the lobby.
Yeah.
You're allowed in the
This is a
lobby.
public building. I'm filming from the outside on a public space.
You're not allowed to videotape the police station.
You most certainly can. You sure about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I am.
You're sure about that as well?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to provide my ID. I haven't performed any illegal activity. Can you articulate a crime I've committed, or
Reasonable suspicion.
of what crime?
I don't know if you're about to blow up the building, if you're setting plans.
Well, can you articulate a crime I've committed?
You're videotaping secure areas of the police.
That's not a crime. So I'm going to need you to let me know what crime I've committed.
Reasonable suspicion. You do not have to commit a crime.
Okay, am I being detained right now, or am I free to go?
Yes, you're-
Okay, under what suspicion of what crime?
Reasonable suspicion. I don't know.
Are you
why
sure
you're
about
out here.
this?
I'm positive.
Okay,
So this is gonna go one of-
I would ask for a supervisor to come out at this point, because okay,
Yeah, that's
well,
provide identification or not.
I'm not providing any identification. I've done
Your guys
nothing
behind
wrong.
your back, you're being detained.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna hold the camera.
Just like that, for simply inquiring about the specific law that he was breaking, he straight away gets detained for reasons that are wholly unconstitutional, since the auditor wasn't getting in any officer's way. What's interesting is that today, these cops would still defend their actions. There is no law that prohibits you from filming a police department. It only alters into a crime when you're impeding or getting in the way of officers going about their duties. This makes the officers guilty for falsely charging the auditor with interfering with an officer. Connecticut Statute 53-167A. These so-called cops are meant to be fully aware of the law. Just like the last case, take a look at how little this next cop knows about the Constitution.
You're threatening to take me to jail. And so I shouldn't be getting upset?
I don't call it a threat, sir.
No, it's a threat. That is a threat.
This is Texas police officer Scott Harrell, who on April 19th approached Christopher Schull at a gas pump, accusing him of speeding through the parking lot at Buc-ee's in Texas City.
I don't think I did anything wrong. I just came over to get gas.
You were speeding and you cut through parking spaces. You know you can't do that.
Injuries will be confirmed on Robert.
I didn't think I was doing anything, man.
You
all
walked
I
around.
was coming to get gas.
Yep. Oh, are we gonna go back and forth, or are you just gonna?
You asked me the question. You want me to answer it or not? I'm not.
Okay.
Christopher's calm demeanor and compliant attitude was not enough Officer Harrell, who clearly wanted this interaction to escalate.
If anything, I thought I was going even slower than normal.
No, sir.
Because
You
normally
were-
people don't even park where you park. And And that's the direct path to the gas pumps.
Through the parking spaces is the direct.
I do realize that. I know that there's parking spaces there.
And you almost hit that car that was turning right there. I was watching, man. As soon as you
almost
cut in
hit
front of me
anybody.
like that, I was like looking and I watched it happen. So
I come here every day. There's almost never, ever anybody. You were sitting there this morning. Now, last week for about 3 days, someone was parking there. But if I come here 365 days a year, which I do, there's someone sitting there maybe 10 times. So there's never, ever a car there. So yeah, I go through there because it's the straight path from the entryway to here, which is what you're going to see everybody else do it.
Christopher knew the area like the back of his hand. He was a local, so there was really no need for him to speed or take a route that would land him in trouble with the cops.
I come here every day, dude.
I'm not.
I send pictures of my wife the price of the gas here every day when I come through.
Okay, look.
So anyway.
Here's the deal, man. Okay, I'm not gonna go back and forth and all that. I'm not gonna write you tickets, but the only reason I'm not writing you tickets is because I'm out of tickets right now. Okay, otherwise you would be receiving a citation.
For what?
Okay.
What did the citation? I'm just curious.
Disregarding traffic control device.
Said he'd already handed out all his tickets for the day to anyone he could find, whether they deserved it or not.
Nobody likes it. Okay, but you know you did wrong. You know you're not supposed to cut through the parking lot. And instead of being like, oh yeah, I messed up. Sorry, it won't happen again. You want to sit here and go back and forth with me. Right?
There's a lot better things than this to be doing for you.
The cop was totally over the top, expecting the driver to admit fault and apologize when he could have just been cool about it. Like Christopher pointed out, instead of wasting time arguing, he could have been out catching real criminals. What the cop said next makes you wonder if freedom of speech is only for the big shots.
You're right. I was working on a report.
You can be over here. There's people right now running 90 miles an hour on the thing.
You want to go to jail?
So
you want to go to jail? You could go to jail for this.
you can do what you want to do. I can't stop.
I don't want to take you to jail.
No.
That is definitely a waste of my time. Okay, but the attitude is not necessary.
I agree.
And props to Christopher for standing his ground against that cop who was threatening him with jail over basically nothing. It takes guts to stand up to that kind of intimidation.
I have a camera on. I can't be rude to you.
Okay. All right.
I will get in trouble. You go file a complaint. Based on my behavior, they will decide whether or not to get me in trouble. Write me up.
I'm not worried about that. We're good, man.
Okay. All right, well, I'll make sure that I'm there all the time. If I see it happen again, then...
Okay.
Just as he was about to depart, Christopher gets pulled back in yet another game of cat and mouse this officer seemed to be playing.
Anything here on this parking lot like that?
I could also take you to jail for Class B reckless driving. Or Class A reckless driving. Because you did almost hit that car.
I didn't almost hit anybody. I was nowhere near. There's cameras everywhere. You can do what you want to do, Harold. I can't stop you. If you want to be this way, then that's up to you. I'm trying to be reasonable.
Officer Harrell's statement that he could take Christopher to jail for reckless driving seems excessive. His role is to enforce the law, not to arbitrarily threaten citizens with arrest based on assumptions.
You're the only one who's getting upset.
I'm upset because I think this is ridiculous. I think this whole thing is ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous.
What do you specifically think is ridiculous?
That we're even talking about nothing happened. And here we are talking, and you're threatening to take me to jail.
No,
and so I shouldn't be getting upset?
I don't call it a threat, sir.
No, it's a threat. That is a threat.
Christopher's frustration is relatable. Threats of arrest can rile anyone up, especially when they feel unjustified. Christopher was not buying the cops' threats, calling them out for what they were.
You're threatening me under color of law now to take something on private property, which I don't believe you even have the authority to do.
It's a dictionary term, sir.
Okay.
It comes from black laws.
No, it's not. It's a Class A misdemeanor for you to threaten to arrest me over something that you know is not really true. But that's okay.
What's the penal code on that, sir?
Trust me. That's okay.
Trust you.
Okay. We're good.
Trust you.
We're good.
I don't feel like we are. I feel like this is this is a problem.
How is it a problem?
I feel like you're going to continue to commit these behaviors that are unsafe and put people at risk.
The cops trying to pin something on Christopher for what he might do in the future is just ridiculous. Imagine if we started arresting folks for things they haven't even done yet. That's just not right, plain and simple.
So
you don't feel like you did anything wrong.
Something that's possible they may do in the future. So now we're playing Jean-Claude Van Damme future cop, and you need to stop me from something I may do in the future. That's now your position. You're feeling like you should take action because maybe sometime in the future I might possibly continue to do something? Come on.
That excuse the cop gave for harassing someone was pretty lame, but what happened next really showed how powerless Officer Harrell was.
17 Woodside Drive, 2 males. One's gonna be tall with a gray shirt and a white undershirt with camera pants, black hat. And the other male's gonna be a little bit shorter with a black shirt, black boots, fitting pants. Just kicked in the front door.
We'll do this a different way then.
I have an injury on my left arm.
Would you like 2 sets of handcuffs?
No, my head hurts.
Okay, we can do
There's a
2
big
sets of
scar right
handcuffs.
there, guy.
I know, we can do 2 sets of handcuffs.
Cannot believe you're doing this.
Well, sir, I'm concerned that you're going to continue to do this unsafe behavior. So,
Even after successfully detaining Christopher, Officer Harrell's insecure ego made him play out this little good cop routine.
okay, but I mean, you wanted to sit here and argue with me about what I observed with my own eyes. Okay, I'll go get a copy of the video.
I didn't think we were close, Harold, at all. I didn't
Not
think I was
me.
close
You
to
didn't hit.
anyone. No,
Almost
you're
me.
talking about
You
the
hit
white
another
truck.
vehicle. Yes, you even know what truck I was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What? I didn't think we were close, sir. I really didn't.
no, you were very close. They had to slam on their brakes. I watched it happen. Okay, you came flying through the parking lot.
Harold just wouldn't let up on this poor guy, pushing his own twisted version of events. However, at the moment, Christopher was more worried about towing his car, to which Officer Harrell has the most ironic answer.
I don't want to tow it because that'd be being a real. I'm trying not to be. Okay, what would you like me to do with the car, sir? I'm gonna ask one more time and then I'm gonna have to have it towed.
Can we back this down, dude? Can we cool off here, please? I'm
It's-
sorry.
you-
I will.
You have forced my hand at this
I
point.
will.
Because if I don't go and see this through to its conclusion, I know you're going to go to the police department and file a complaint on me.
It looks like the real reason he detained Christopher was to stop him from going and filing a report. It's these cops and their egos that end up exposing their own corrupt careers.
Complaint's not going to do anything because I have it all on video. Everything is recorded. I don't talk to anyone in the public unless I have my camera on. Okay?
I'm not gonna go
So-
complain to Harold at all. I'm just a little upset because I really, honestly,
Sir, I watched it
I-
happen.
from
I was
my-
working on a
from
report.
my
I
point of view,
definitely have better things to
I
do.
didn't think that I did anything, Harold. I didn't think I did anything.
Well,
and
a
it was
lot
very
of people
frustrating.
don't think that. But I explained it to you, and then you wanted to argue with me.
I didn't think I did anything, Harold.
I know I look young.
I
This is
still-
not my first day on the job, sir. I promise
It's
you.
nothing to do with any of that. I didn't think I did anything.
You
And I was
almost
trying
hit
to-
that white truck.
And that proves Christopher's point all in all. Under the law, arguing with a police officer can only lead to arrest in cases where the officer interprets the behavior as disorderly conduct, obstruction of justice, or resisting arrest.
I'm gonna be on the cameras. I'm gonna get copies of it.
I didn't think I did anything. It was frustrating for me to try to explain to you that I didn't think that I did anything and you're not hearing me.
I hear you, sir. I disagree with you.
It's just like a classic Midwestern shoot-off where it's basically one man's word over another man's word. He thinks he's not being a just for not giving him a reckless driving charge, even though he's put him in this world of trouble and ruined his day.
Hey, I need you to come over here and get somebody to come pick up my car over here.
I was sitting right there, and he came through the parking lot and cut through all the spaces. And he came through so fast and whooped into here, and there was a white truck. The white truck had to slam on its brakes. So I come over here. I was just gonna be like, "Hey man, chill out. Like chill out. Don't be like that." But he wanted to go back and forth and argue with me and give me all kinds of stuff. And like,
Just gotta love how these corrupt cops overhype and exaggerate the stories of innocent civilians, just so they can cover up their misdemeanors.
I'm gonna do this a different way. So the other officer has a ticket book he's gonna let me use. You're gonna be receiving the citation, okay? And because I think going to jail is a bit excessive. But well, I agree with you. But I didn't have another option. I don't have another ticket book, and I don't have a ticket writer with me. So we're gonna do it that way, okay? Step out for me. Take your stuff.
God almighty.
Take your time.
Tighten up. Oh my God.
Well, they're
Dude,
coming.
listen to that. presses that scar and it hurt.
I guess after Harold thought a bit about it, he realized that it would be much simpler for him to get out of the mess he's made if he doesn't take Christopher to jail.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right there. 40, can you pull me case number?
It seems that even Christopher has realized by this point that the cop is a tool who doesn't understand the law. Thus, he's just decided to shut his pie hole and comply for now.
Sign right here, it's not a admission of guilt.
Repeat your last.
Mr. Scholl is no longer in custody. It's not an admission of guilt, it's just a promise to contact the court on or before the date and time that's written on here. You can contact the court at the bottom here, the information's there, and also up there. Free to go, sir. Thank you, sir.
Following the unlawful detainment of Christopher and the video going viral, an internal investigation was launched in May, and soon the Texas City Police Chief penned a letter to the community announcing Harrell's termination. Unfortunately, the efforts of decent cops often get overshadowed by the actions of corrupt cops. In situations like the one, it raises questions about accountability and the need for stricter consequences for those in power. If you thought that the cop got himself into real trouble in the last case, wait till you check out how this next cop untangles himself.
Are you gonna arrest me?
You're gonna get arrested, I'm telling you
I've
right
already
now.
dealt with your sergeant. Thank
You already know that.
I've already dealt with your
I'm
sergeant.
giving you
Thank
fair warning. You keep following us, you're
I'm
gonna
allowed
get arrested.
to follow. Now you're
You
following
understand?
On April 27, 2018, Officer Bonkowski of the Justice PD was performing a shakedown frisk of a citizen with a gun. This was unwarranted, and we still don't know if they had reasonable suspicion on him.
Where are you guys coming from?
What I do, sir?
Coming from the train tracks?
What I do, sir?
Huh?
What did I do?
However, the citizen obviously feeling threatened makes a run for it. Ultimately, Bonkowski loses the suspect and is frustrated since he had hands on the suspect. By this point, another resident of the neighborhood, Sue Cheetown, noticed the commotion of officers and decided to film and question them. This was since she was worried as her neighborhood didn't receive much police traffic.
You need help?
Where's Ironwood at?
Ironwood. Very first street. You should get in your car because it's all the way at the end.
My car's way down there.
It's right there. Sure hope they're not checking people for drugs.
What's up, Sue?
What's up, G?
Where are you taking that from? I know.
Sue, worried and concerned, is just trying whatever little she can to try and aid the officers locate their suspect.
Ironwood's the next street over.
Why are you recording me?
Why not? You're in my park with no jurisdiction. So I'm just curious to know. You don't have any jurisdiction in here. What's going on? Where's the lights and sirens?
What is it?
Boom, bitches. Doing nothing.
It's blatantly obvious that she had no ill intention, nor was getting in the cops' way at all. She was just a concerned member of the neighborhood looking for some accountability.
Hell no! I live around here. Can I help you? You guys looking for somebody? Maybe I saw somebody. Dude, what are you gonna arrest me for? Being held accountable for you, bro.
But obviously, even these so-called defenders of the law feel threatened and annoyed, telling her to go away even though she lives there, always looking to stomp on citizens' rights just to feed their egos.
That's right.
gonna get arrested. You understand?
For what?
Get going.
For what?
Get going now.
Why are you gonna arrest me?
You're gonna get arrested. I'm telling you
I've
right
already
now.
dealt with your sergeant.
You already know that.
I've already dealt with your
I'm
sergeant.
giving you
Thank
fair warning. You keep following us, you're
I'm
gonna
allowed
get arrested.
to follow. Now you're
You
following
understand? No, something serious. I'm telling you, you're gonna get arrested.
For what?
Fucking hands behind your back now.
For what?
Back that way.
These corrupt cops really don't realize how badly they're ruining their careers by blatantly arresting an innocent citizen for practicing her First Amendment right and filming in her own streets.
Got a camera back creeping up, so she approached me. I'm trying to keep running this way, and she's following me. Keeps following me. I told her, you're gonna get arrested. Go back in your house. Okay. Keeps following me, so I stop her and detain her.
You have any idea what we were doing?
I know. I told her it's a fucking serious crime going on, and she keeps following me.
Say anything about a serious
We don't
crime.
have to tell you anything.
No, you
Do
don't.
understand? You understand
Let me know that. You say go. You did not. Body cam it. No, you didn't. You didn't tell me nothing.
Everything's
I will
recorded.
be
I'm not
fully
worried about
requesting
it.
all of
Okay.
that, yes.
Evidently, Sue is right for a fact that Bonkowski most certainly had not warned or informed her about any man with a gun.
Obstructing identification and obstructing.
But you can't. I haven't committed a crime.
Just like that, these cops think that they can slap anyone with an obstruction charge, and that would justify their outrageous misuse of power.
Step out. So the same description that witness gave us when I walked through here to go back behind the tracks. 3 subjects come there. Stop the guy, the male black with the red and black hoodie. Stop him, start searching him. Like this. Grabs down here right away. What are you searching me for? What are you searching me for? So I grab him and he fucking pulls down. Fucking takes off running, dude. I think he had a 32. I didn't actually.
This conversation reveals that Bonkowski wasn't even sure if the supposed suspect even possessed a gun.
What am I being arrested for again?
Give us your name, we'll tell you. How's that for starters?
So have I committed a crime?
Well, you got handcuffs on you. Let me ask you a question for you. Obviously, you're a street attorney. You know more than we do, right?
I'm just trying to insert my rights. That's all.
You know, then one of the rights.
I mean, I don't want to be violated, you know?
When you're told to stop.
I did.
Dangerous subject.
I was.
Yeah, Jess, I'll call over and give you one. Fucking find it out.
Poor Sue's wrists were bruised by how tight these cuffs were, but even during this, she shyly asks once more what it is, even though she is being detained and arrested for. As we all saw, she was out of officer's way.
Patting him down. He like grabbed right here and he's like, you know, what are you searching me for? What are you searching me for? And then finally, like I grabbed him more and like he just fucking grabbed for it, man, and fucking took off running. And the whole time he's holding right here, yeah. I mean, so I gave chase. I mean, he's fucking going obviously 10 times faster.
Yeah, where'd you?
Right through.
You made it to that trailer?
Yeah, and I didn't know which way he went. I just kept going that way. I asked all the residents outside if they'd seen him run by. They didn't, so I don't know. Maybe he went that way.
Yeah,
but
we
then
called
these
on
guys,
that
but I think my other guys said that they seen him back on the tracks and then running south back into the park. So I don't know.
All right, it's hard.
Minor detail, in Bonkowski's story before the suspect just made a run for it, but this time he recounts it, the suspect even made a grab for his gun too. Seems like lying is second nature to this cop.
I could care less if she's fucking recording us, dude, but she was creeping up on you for one, and then yeah, I told her what the hell was going on, and she just keeps following me.
Way away from him. 30 feet, like I ran through my own yard.
I know my rights. I'm following you, but I'm not going to fuck with you right now. Right. I got an option.
That's not what he said. He didn't say anything. He didn't say nothing.
I don't have to tell you anything. I don't have to tell you anything.
Not you, him.
Black, straight black, male black, black pants, red jacket. That's what we had.
Yeah, she's got a red and black.
Yeah, she's lucky.
The cops have to resort to even more lying. Bonkowski, who obviously had a problem with her filming, now decides all of a sudden that he couldn't care less if she films.
She. That's someone else.
Oh, that's somebody else?
Yeah, that's someone else.
Oh, that's a difference?
I gotta talk, yeah. That's honestly I talked to you about. So I know you're off during that.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff.
I know you're off during that time frame, but yeah, I got her information.
She already, the other one, or I don't know, the same one. I don't know.
It's not the same one.
Yeah, she already recorded me twice on traffic stops.
Yeah. So there's another one.
So it's a different one?
Yeah.
They're all over the fucking place, huh? But I can care less, dude. But I'm running back this way,
right?
And I see her running, and she like fucking creeps on the side of the trailer like this. And then obviously I keep walking, and she. Oh man, give me fair warning, dude. The fuck out of here. We're fucking.
And she got right in your face with the phone too, yeah.
Now, in this version of Bunkowski's story, Sue apparently crept up behind him and got in his face. Reminds me of the time he got in her face.
Get going now!
Why are you gonna arrest me?
You're gonna get arrested, I'm telling you right now!
I've already dealt with your sergeant.
You already know that.
I've already dealt with your sergeant.
I'm giving you fair warning. You keep following us, you're
I'm
gonna get
allowed to
arrested.
follow. Now you're following
You understand?
me.
She was just, what did she do exactly, Joe? I have no idea.
When you guys said she start running southbound, I was over there, so I start running this way, and when I was out of breath, so I start walking. Well, I see her start creeping up behind DeBella, right through here, and she like hides behind the trailer like this, and she's got the phone out, obviously. So then DeBella walks through here, she's just following him, and I told her numerous times, back the fuck up, we're doing something serious, and she just kept following me, and I don't know who the hell she was. I don't know if she got a weapon or anything. I mean, get the fuck out of here.
But totality of what's going on, you know?
I mean, I knew she didn't have anything to do with it, but I don't know who the hell she is. I mean, she wasn't with the two other subjects, weren't her. Exactly.
Bunkowski keeps adding elements to the same story. This time, even though he claims to have known that she didn't have anything else on her, aside from her camera, he still felt threatened. Sometimes these cops make little to no sense. How can you be afraid of someone potentially having a weapon, while also knowing she had no link to the previous suspect and was unarmed?
Even though I knew she wasn't with them, I don't know who exactly. I don't know who she is.
We'll see if they're gonna take her, Lisa. They're probably gonna take her.
I have her phone in my passenger seat. Want me to get that?
Hold on to it for now. What do you want? What's that? You work 45? No, I'm 1575. Oh, we're gonna big money.
Ultimately, Sue had to charge a suit against these evil cops. However, it took her 2 years to even get to that point, since her charges of obstruction were only filed 13 months after the footage in these videos. This truly shows the depth at which these corrupt cops can go to try and protect their own. However, their efforts were ultimately pointless, as when Sue went to trial, the judge found her to be not guilty. These cops often get little to no clearance for their mental well-being and their ability to remain cool and calm, so they make the best judgments, which Bunkowski had very little of. But what happens when citizens actually answer back? Let's see these dumb female officers get a taste of their own medicine.
Can I get your name?
No, I'm not going to give my name.
Okay.
In February 2024, an auditor by the name of Sean, who frequently posted on his channel Long Island Audit, visited the Patrick Space Force Base in Bard County, Florida, to exercise his First Amendment right to film in public places. Upon arrival, he was greeted by an officer almost instantly.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
What's got going on today?
Nothing much, just taking some pictures and videos of the base here.
Gotcha. I'm Staff Sergeant Driver with the 45th Security Forces Squadron. I just came to check upon you, see how it's going. That's it.
Okay.
Do you have any identification on you that I can check?
No, I'm not going to provide you with any ID.
That's fine. Just let you know, you cross that white line, if you have no identification to allow you access onto the installation, then we're going to have to get you under trespassing, okay?
I got you. All right, so that white line right over there.
That white line right there. Whatever you want to do right here.
But all this is public property, correct? Okay, great.
The sergeant was kind enough to inform Sean about the areas that were off limit. When asked for ID, Sean politely declined, which most officers don't reply kindly to. But this one had the decency to recognize the importance of Sean's First Amendment right as well. A perfect example of how trained personnel should operate.
Sergeant Andrade with Security Forces has come out and spoke with us. Of course, he's going to ask for ID, but we're not going to give it here. They have a right to be concerned, but I have a right to stay here and film for as long as I'd like. Also have the right not to give up my personal identification. That white line right there in front of us is right over here is where you formally enter the U.S. Space Force base and their property.
But soon enough, a vehicle pulled up with, you guessed it, cops, trying to poke their nose into civilian business.
Hi, how are you? Good. Investigator Erickson?
Yes, sir.
And your name, ma'am?
Investigator Beagle.
Exactly. Beagle?
Beagle.
Yes. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. We're just wondering why you're recording a military installation.
Yeah, no.
Something we can help you with?
No, you don't. I don't need help with anything. I'm just taking some public photography of the base. That's all.
Okay, so in order to do that, you have to go through the installation actually and go through public affairs and coordinate it with them.
Yeah.
Since they're the ones that do all the photography. You can't
But
actually.
I don't want to go on the base and photograph. No.
We were told that you were recording what the gate is doing.
Yeah, I'm recording the gate, everything around the gate. That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I'm from my understanding, investigator, is that I'm just taking public photos from a public.
Okay. Is that
place.
your job? Do you work for a news company?
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no ill intent, and like I said, I'm just filming what I can see from public. That's all.
And I understand, we have the cool Space Force sign and everybody.
Space Force. Yeah, pretty cool.
Unfortunately, I don't make the rules.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you just can't record the installation entry control.
Two female investigators pull up in an unmarked vehicle and begin questioning a citizen without offering any legitimate identification of who they are. Tell me you're illegally posing as federal agents without actually saying you're illegally posing as federal agents.
I understand that that's what you perceive to be the rules, but I know I'm not breaking any laws by doing this, because if I can see it from public, I can record it from public. So, that might be like a Air Force rule or Space Force rule, but
it's a federal government.
A federal government rule?
So this is a federal installation.
Yes, I understand that.
So
I get that.
We can't. You're allowed to stand here.
Uh-huh.
You can record that.
Yeah.
But you cannot record that.
I just think I don't think we're gonna agree here.
We're not, and we understand that. We're just telling you cannot do it.
Okay.
And that we would have to, I don't want to, but we would have to call local law enforcement out here to escort you away from the installation if you don't follow the procedures in regards to recording the installation.
Yeah. No, and
that's why we're just coming to you and giving you the chance to just not.
Yeah, no, and I understand exactly why you guys are here, and I can understand that, but I have a right to be here. I have a right to film whatever I can see from public, and that's what I think. Regardless of whatever, I don't know what rules you're speaking of, but that's what I know. So, if you need to call local law enforcement or whatever you need to do, that's fine. You can.
What's worse is that they proceed to cite complete shit about what the law says regarding recording of a military base. Who the hell is responsible for training these people?
I really appreciate that.
Okay, and can I get your name?
No, I'm not going to give my name.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Stand here and watch it.
When Sean refuses to deny them any identification, one of them, still smiling, proceeds to go do something in their car, presumably calling actual officers to deal with Sean.
So how long you been an investigator? Long time? Doesn't look like it could be a long time. All right. U.S. government plates here on this Ford Fusion. Two investigators with the Air Force. Investigators here. I am breaking some sort of federal rule, was their word. A federal rule that says that you cannot record a military installation from public. I'm not exactly what rule these investigators are referring to, but they were nice enough, cordial enough, even though they're wrong.
Defeated, they eventually retired to the car and drove off. They obviously realized that Sean was educated enough to not fall for these underage tyrants with a little bit of authority. These female cops chose to leave Sean alone, but he wasn't really that lucky when he came across these really annoying cops in a library.
You guys here for me?
On February 18, 2024, Sean was peacefully exercising his First Amendment rights when he was approached by 5 police officers who attempted to remove him from the building. So apparently, if you're filming inside a public library, the cops can be called on you.
Enforcement has arrived, even though I haven't spoken to anybody.
Have we talked to you yet?
No, I haven't spoken to anybody at the library yet. No.
Okay. Did anybody from the library talk to you?
No, nobody.
Okay.
Why, what's up?
So, as far as I believe, you need written permission to film inside the library from the director.
I need written permission from the director of the library.
I'll get that right.
Yeah, sure, no problem, thanks. Appreciate it.
No one has talked to this auditor about filming in the library, yet this is what happens.
So they called you, but they didn't speak to me? I don't understand. Why did they call you? Because...
the library has a policy about filming. We're going to get it for you right now.
Okay. So no one from the library. Hey, sir, how are you?
Good, how are you?
You mind if I get your name and badge number?
Kevin Shoetrop, badge number's 82.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Slow day today?
What's that?
Slow day today?
Every day's different.
I just asked because, you know, 4 law enforcement officers for a man with a camera seems a little excessive, that's all. I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat to any of you guys. Or anyone.
And that's not all.
So we got the policy for you.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Sir, how are you?
Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Sure, Sergeant Noble.
Sergeant
Badge
Noble.
51, yeah.
So this is the library's policy?
Yes, number 18.
So it says recording within the building without express permission of the library director, written permission from all of those being videotaped, photographed, and otherwise is prohibited.
It's enforcement.
Right. Do you enforce policies?
That's them here.
So why are you here if you're not enforcing the policy?
The director is enforcing the policy.
The director? And the director's name? Do you mind if I speak to the director?
She does not want to speak to you.
She doesn't want to speak to me?
No, sir.
So how do I know that she's... What I don't know what... How do I... Why can't I speak to her? She's a public servant.
I can't speak on her behalf.
Right. But you are, though, because you're bringing me a policy.
Correct.
Right. So that means you're speaking on her behalf.
Okay, if that's what you feel I'm doing.
Well, you are, sir. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
I'm not gonna dispute it with you.
No, I don't want to dispute anything with you either, sir. It doesn't seem... You enforce the law. You're a law enforcement officer, Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Happen to have a recording in my
But it's
hand.
against their policy.
Right, but their policy can't trump the United States Constitution and the First Amendment of freedom of press. I'm a journalist. I'm here conducting an investigation for a story and using the library for its intended purpose. I'm reading books. I'm looking at what they have here. How can you... That's like if they had a policy that said...
Are you filming other people without permission?
Well, it's funny that you say that because you're right below a camera. The library didn't ask me for permission to film me, sir. And do you know why they don't have to ask me for permission to film me? And why none of you who have body cameras on asked me for permission to film me today? Because you don't need the permission to film me because we're in public and there's no reasonable expectation of privacy in public, sir.
After being schooled by a civilian about the Constitution and the First Amendment, what happens next is even more surprising.
I just don't understand what is your purpose here to hand me a policy?
Because we got called of a suspicious person here, filming people, which is against their policy. So they would like you to leave.
A suspicious person? What about me is suspicious, sir?
That was filming people, walking around filming.
That's
what we got.
So by that standard, you're suspicious.
Why am I suspicious?
Because you're walking around filming people, sir.
No, we only film when we get to a call.
Right.
For our policy.
Right, exactly. Per your policy, that's fine. And I have my own policies. I have a company, and my own policies say that I follow the United States Constitution, as you should, sir. You took an oath to uphold the United States Constitution.
The cops even pretend to help with the auditor's investigation, but still urge him to turn off the camera.
I'm trying to actually find the United States Constitution and some literature here to make sure that they carry it here. It's part of my investigation to make sure that they...
I will help you get that documentation.
Right, so, but that's fine. But why... Right, that's... Yeah.
You are using it for your intended purpose.
Right.
Go find the Constitution. That's fine. Go right ahead.
Right, that's all. And the only thing is I'm holding a camera. I'm not here just to film. I'm here to use it. I'm here to... Yeah.
No one's impeding your ability to film in here right now, so we're not taking the camera from you. We're not... Right,
well, I hope not. You don't seem like the type that would, but you know, I've been in situations where it's not been
This is what the cops had to say about the library's policy.
It doesn't make any sense. People you're working on or what it may have or sensitive stuff, and they don't want to film. I'm assuming that's why they have this policy. Right. Well, sensitive stuff in what? This is a public area, sir. There's nothing sensitive.
Children come.
Right. I'm not in a. Listen, I could be in children's area, but I'm not in the children's areas. No, but I know in every library there's a children's section that's cordoned off for children. Never went into that section. And I like how libraries are structured that way. That way, children could stay where the children belong.
So clearly, listen.
Hey, sir, how are you? Mind if I just get your badge number, sir?
Yeah, let me throw my camera on first.
Oh, sure.
I just walked in.
Yeah, no problem, sir. I just like to get everybody's name.
Sergeant Donald Wilson.
Sergeant Donald, thank you.
6'3".
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
There are 5 law enforcement officers here on a call about a suspicious man filming in public who is actually peacefully just exercising his right to the First Amendment. Funny how the media works, and people are quick to point fingers.
You're free to film in our police headquarters in the front lobby if you want. We're open 24 hours a day as well.
Oh, right. It's public, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
The other sergeant is late to the party, and the auditor explains his situation. And this is what he had to say about the whole situation.
The other sergeant over here showed me a policy that the library has. I haven't spoken to... first of all, while I was looking at books here and exercising my constitutional rights, no one came up to me and spoke to me and told me anything. It's when you guys came here, law enforcement, that I was... you guys told me that there was some sort of policy. They showed me the policy. And I understand that the policy exists. I've seen it with my own eyes. But again, my only response to that, Sergeant, would be that a policy can say anything. You're not policy enforcement. You're law enforcement. If the policy said that, white people couldn't come into the library or black people or...
The hyperbole is a bit much on that.
Well, I mean, it's the same
not,
thing.
No,
because you have a right.
The policy, this policy is very specific in that they don't want you filming unless you have prior approval. It makes no mention to conflate the issue with race or religion or gender or any other issue. Will you give me your name and ID so I can?
My name is Sean, sir.
Sean, and am I going to be able to? I'm need more than that to look you up to who you are.
Right. No, I don't want to be. That's I think that's overkill because I'm not trying to do anything.
Is you coming in here and doing this? Right.
Exercising my rights.
We have things to do.
So go do them, sir.
But now we're just going to leave you in here, and you're going to walk around. Are you going to harass staff? Are you going to film children? You said you're here to read books.
Sir, was I harassing anybody? You said you're late to the party. What was I doing when you walked in?
I said.
Was I harassing anyone?
Are you going to harass them?
Was I harassing anyone, sir?
No, you were walking around filming.
Okay. Was I looking at books?
I don't know.
Okay. Was I wasn't harassing anybody. So again, you're trying to make it seem that something that it's not. I'm not harassing anybody. I don't want to harass anybody.
Never said you were.
Okay, but you're trying to infer that that's
No,
what if you leave. What are you going to do?
You're inferring that what I was inferring is wrong. I was asking you a question. I said, are you going to harass anybody?
While the sergeant kept getting angrier, a new member joined the party.
We're good, sir. We don't need that.
So,
The Constitution explained.
so that is their stance on it. So that's why.
Yeah, that's what you called.
Yeah.
All right.
A different policy.
Well, he's not willing to leave, so.
To be clear, you're not willing to leave, sir?
Oh no, not unless you're threatening to arrest me. Okay, so no. I want to use the library like anybody else.
The library director doesn't even respond to the auditor.
Ma'am, are you the library director?
I'm talking right now. Just 1 second.
Oh, excuse me. Are you the library director, ma'am?
Like last time, he was agreeing to leave. So, this guy's done. So we'll just babysit for a little bit.
Okay.
Just go there.
Thank you.
You do that?
I'm good with that. Thank you.
Ma'am, are you the library director? Okay. Have a nice day, ma'am. Take care.
Now, the sergeant just starts to get petty.
So there's not a lot of crime here in Franklin Lake, sir?
You can look that up.
Oh, I was just asking you.
Use the internet access here to look it up.
Right. I know. I was just asking you. See, now you're just being confrontational at this
No,
point.
no. Libraries are a place of resource, piece of knowledge.
Right.
You have access to the internet, you can look it up.
Right, I will.
Your definition of what a lot of crime is going to be comparatively different to what my definition of a lot of crime is.
Okay.
So I don't
You're
want
right.
to give you wrong information. I want to give you false info.
Right. Gotcha. All right. Thanks, Sergeant. Yep.
After realizing that they're in the wrong, one after the other, the law enforcement officers left. And so did Sean, making sure that his rights don't get walked on by such dumb cops. But Sean isn't the only citizen aware of how bad these cops can end up treating you. In our next case, this YouTuber turns out to be absolutely right about the tyrants that roam about under the pretense of providing safety.
The law.
I'm not scared of the law.
Where are you hiding from?
I'm not hiding from anything, sir.
Okay, well, why are you scared to get out?
Because I feel safer.
On the 20th of February 2014, a YouTube auditor, Knowledge is Power, was pulled over for having illegal tires. Thankfully, he knew his rights against what ensued next. The encounter was captured by the auditor's dash cam.
Howdy.
How's it going?
Going good. About yourself?
What are you wanting down there, bud?
I'm comfortable right there.
You what?
I'm comfortable with it right there.
You comfortable with it right there?
Yes, sir.
Let me see your driver's license. Open the door, dude. If you want these back, you can roll that window down for me.
What'd you say, sir? Sorry. What did he say?
Because he can't hardly hear you, that's why. If you roll the window down, we're just out looking for drunks, man. We're not here to hurt you or whatever.
That's fine.
Okay. Pull over on that side there just a minute.
I'm going to take the bag.
For what reason do you have to detain me to pull me over into secondary, sir?
At first, the trooper constantly tries to pull the auditor's door open, claiming that they cannot hear him. But soon they noticed the dash cam and suddenly went into caution mode.
Have you suspected me of committing a crime?
Do what, buddy?
Have you suspected me of committing a crime?
Well, is there anything wrong with the car that we need to know about?
Not that I know, sir.
Oh, okay, all right.
Hold on, I'm going to check your tires. I think they're looking pretty close.
They're looking what?
Almost illegal. They're almost too slick.
Almost illegal. All right. So I'm being pulled into secondary because my tires might be illegal. That's interesting.
Everything correct on your license? You still live at the same address?
I do, sir.
Sit tight for me, okay?
Put in my car and park. For the record, they tried to open my door just because I wouldn't roll my window down all the way before asking for my license or anything.
The officers observed the tires while pulling the driver onto the side. What's funny is that they added drugs to the list of things that they were searching the car for.
So they said they were looking for drunks. Yes, sir. What does that mean? Yes, sir.
He wants to show you a tire out here, man. It's slick.
I'd prefer to not get out of my vehicle.
Dude, we're slick out here. For your safety, that way you can see about getting you another tire. That's it.
Let me ask you something. Are you scared?
To get out of my vehicle? Yes, sir.
You are?
Yes, sir.
Why are you scared of the law?
I'm not scared of the law.
Where are you hiding from?
I'm not hiding from anything, sir.
Okay, well, why are you scared to get out?
Because I feel safer.
You scared of the dark?
Maybe.
Huh?
I might be.
Yeah, I believe you are. Grown man scared of the dark, that sounds kind of funny to me.
Sounds funny.
These officers were obviously intimidating the auditor, prompting him to get out of the car, to which he sensibly denied. Of course, he was aware of what happens when you're marked as suspicious by corrupt cops like these waiting for a sign.
Note they're shining the light in the camera. Funny. The first thing they said is they were looking for drunks. Still haven't been asked if I'd been drinking or not yet. Funny. Suddenly it doesn't seem to be that's what they're looking for.
I see this vehicle out on the road again.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna stop you just because that tire on the right front.
Tire on the right front?
It's very close.
In what way? So I can change it?
Needs a tire replaced.
Tire replaced?
Yeah, you don't
Tread's
know
too
Trooper
thin?
Mike Freeman, do you?
Who?
Trooper Mike Freeman.
Not that I know of.
You don't know him? Remember him writing you for 84 and a 65?
Yes, sir.
On 575? See why he's scared to get out now. Get that
No,
tire
he was very
fixed for me.
professional. I actually had a good encounter.
Thank goodness this driver knew his rights. It's a crucial reminder of the importance of understanding your legal protections, or he might have found himself wrongfully detained. With increasing cases like these, I genuinely believe that corrupt officers should receive special training. Would you support such an initiative? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next one. This is Detective Mystery, signing off.